Hi, it's Jill from Jilly Bean Studio. Welcome to the channel where I share junk journaling and art journaling projects and ideas. In today's video, I have a cute little twist on making a junk journal. In the last video, I shared this one signature 3-hole pamphlet stitch journal that I started making a brand new journal for spring and actually now journaling into summer. And as I worked in it this last week, I started to call it my little bundle junk journal. So I will explain that in a minute. I think it's a cute little twist on some ways that we all love to junk journal. And then, by the way, friends, I am so excited. I got my Good Night Moon stamps. And the one in the center, the largest one of the cover, is actually a sticker. So I'm thinking about using that in the journal sometime soon. I happened to see that on Gina's channel at Stellar J Studios, and I am so excited that I picked up my Goodnight Moon stamps. So here is the little bit of sari silk that, boy, I have had that in my stash forever. That is the first part of the way I'm thinking about this as a little bundle of a journal. Again, it is a single signature. And in the last video, I showed how I made it with a 3-hole pamphlet stitch. And I've started to organize it and stuff it, so to speak, with all the goodies. I have a little bit of May here on the left. And I used a guest check as a little note-taking and calendar so I can keep track of some of the things that are happening at the end of the month. And on the right-hand side here, I am thinking about using that sticker for the Goodnight Moon cover. So I made a little moon there as sort of a button, and a little bit of a flap with an index card here. It's not attached yet, but I think that would be so sweet. And I've just been collaging. I have some of those ransom letters, ransom note letters, little bits and pieces here. So I'm thinking about that as I get this junk journal going. Now, another reason that I am calling this a little bundle of a journal is that I am starting to tuck things in that aren't sewn in. So to me, it sort of feels like a sweet little package, almost of Happy Mail. And while I'm doing all the goodies of junk journaling, packaging, all of that, some hand lettering, I'm going to show you as we go along that I'm just tucking things in. And I don't know, I would love to hear your opinion about the different ways that you junk journal and the styles that you enjoy. But I'm feeling like this journal will have some things that are obviously sewn in because of the 3-hole pamphlet stitch. But then I'm really having a good time with simply tucking things in. So there we go, friends. That's my little twist on the idea of calling it a bundle journal. And I think it's probably most similar to those flippy floppy envelope journals. I don't know. But anyways, I'm having fun with this new little creative twist and structure. Here's a Happy Mail envelope. I tuck that into a little paper bag, and another guest check for writing space. I also, by the way, wrote on that little flower that I pulled off earlier with the paper clip. I think that is just a fun way. I love to jot notes, and I've been using a lot of my mile liners in this journal lately to make a little bit more journaling space. So how is your journaling going? What are you doing for fun in your junk journals? I have found that I have been doing a lot of art journaling lately, And I'm really loving coming back to a junk, oh, there we go, friends. A little off center there. A junk journal, just sticking in stickers, the packaging, jotting notes across the week. And happy Memorial Day weekend. I am filming this on Monday for those of you in the US. We are sort of chilling out and enjoying a sunny day. We've already had one barbecue, and I don't know if we're going to have one tonight. I think we may go for a pizza, actually. So yeah, so I'm thinking that in terms of this journal that, let me grab over here, just like this little sticker, washi tape, the napkins, the doodling, some of the little vintage bits and pieces. I'm really enjoying this little one. All right, so this is when I started to play around with lots of pops of color, which I usually do. And I've been thinking using this baker's twine and making sort of little origami packages or small little packages to keep going with this little bundle theme. I don't know. We'll see where this takes me. I love exploring and playing around with ideas. So I'm just going to pop that in right there. More lines for journaling. Here's some of my favorite things to include in a junk journal, some children's book pages, and I doodled that little bear. And that is the center of the journal right now. Well, I guess forever, right? That shouldn't change. And here we go. So this is something special. I happened back upon a really fun video from Jenny May June. She has a cute YouTube channel. I don't think she is very active right now on YouTube or social media, but I love her color play and her journaling. And I saw her making these really fun envelopes for some Happy Mail that she was sending. So I started to play with her kind of free scribbly style. And I just love this little junk mail envelope. And that again is part of the bundle idea, just sticking in things, not attaching them, tucking them in, so that when you tie up the journal, it feels like almost like a little Happy Mail package. Little flashcard, some more book text, and that is a nice little pocket there. And I have an envelope I have a spring birthday, so that is an envelope from my birthday. And I love seeing other people's handwriting from my family in my journal. This, by the way, that little bit of a ribbon is actually an old shirt, so definitely junking it up in the junk journal. I decided to repurpose that shirt as ribbon. And this little tag is some sort of found poetry. Those were the junk journal ideas a few videos back. Some fun postage stamps on the top. And here's another one of those envelopes, and this one I glued a cute little butterfly napkin. So lots of junk journaling fun. Oh, this is somebody gave me that adorable origami butterfly, and I decided to glue that on the back. I love this cute little bundle of a junk journal. So I hope that gave you some ideas. I am using this piece of sari silk that I have had, I think, forever in my stash. I mean, years. But I could use my little scrappy bit from an old shirt, or even I think I have some twine over here. I'll pull that out. But I love the idea of making a cute little bundle. Again, it almost feels like a Happy Meal package to me, but in fact, it ends up being a cute little junk journal. So I hope that gave you a few ideas. I would love to know what you're enjoying in your journaling. And thanks so much for stopping by the channel. I really appreciate it. And happy junk journaling to you.